Hi, beloved souls. Welcome back to a new heart-nourishing episode of The Radiant Woman. I'm Georgiana and I'm so happy you are here. Wherever you are in this moment, take a deep breath. Exhale slowly. Let this be your pause, your safe space, your reminder that you're not alone on this journey. Today I want to talk about something that touches us all, something we all find it incredibly hard. Letting go of people, of pain, of expectations, letting go of needing to be right, for example, letting go of control, of outcomes, of what should have been. It's one of the hardest but the most liberating thing to do. So let me ask you this. How often do we cling because our ego is in the driver's seat? We say, but I want this. This is how it should be. And then we get upset, we judge, we criticize, we label, we suffer, we manipulate, we push, we pull, we stamp things with presumptions, expectations, and timeliness. And when they don't go our way, we suffer. Why? Because the ego suffers. The soul never suffers. So please allow this to land. The soul doesn't suffer. The soul doesn't try to possess. The soul doesn't crave attention, recognition. The soul doesn't want to be right. It doesn't get offended. It doesn't want to act out of pride. That's all the ego's game. Because you can think of it almost like an equation. When we love, we don't suffer. When we suffer, we can be absolutely sure that we don't love, at least not in that moment. But we've been trained, conditioned to do life from the level of the ego and the level of the mind. Years and years of habits built around control, fear, comparison, judgment. It's not our fault entirely. That's the world we grew up in. But now we are adults, so we are free to choose to live our life differently. So here's the beautiful truth. We can train ourselves anew. We can rewire the way we relate to life, to others, and most importantly, to ourselves. It's not easy. It takes daily practice. So letting go every day of what makes us feel safe, or what gives us the feeling that we are loved, or what we desire, what we aspire, what we dream of, just letting go of that. It's not easy at all. It really takes daily practice, but it's worth it, because this is where our peace lives. This is where true freedom begins. Why I say true freedom and not only freedom, because I've seen it so many times. People say, but I want to be free. And for them, being free means they do whatever they want, whenever they want, with whomever they want, because they want it. So that's not freedom. That's still ego. That's not the soul. So true freedom begins when we really can be anchored, centered in our soul, and live our life from there, and do our best to take a step out of the ego and out of the mind. And when we start to act, to speak, and especially to love from the level of the soul, life is completely different, much, much better. All right, how do we do that? How do we let go when our ego is screaming? When we feel wronged, hurt, misunderstood, abandoned, whatever stamp we put on it. So allow me to go through 7 practical tools that can help all of us to let go, to surrender, to soften into trust, starting today. The first thing we can do is the easiest, because it's our connection to living, to life, to being alive, is to breathe and witness what's really there. Because when we are clinging to something, whether it's a person, a belief, an outcome, start with awareness. Pause, take a break. Ask yourself what I am really holding on to and why. It's even more important to ask why. It is, for example, fear of being alone. It is needing validation. It is wanting control. So take a moment to go deep inside of yourself and answer the question, what I'm really holding on to and why. Name it gently. Don't judge it, just witness it. You can't let go of something you're not aware of. The second thing, practical thing we can do is to shift from our ego to our soul by also asking ourselves a few questions. For example, who is reacting right now? It is my ego or it is my soul? Our ego will say, I want this my way. I need to be right. I need them to see me. What about me? Your soul whispers, I trust. I let go. I open to what is. I keep the heart open. So practice these shifts moment by moment. Sometimes it will be very easy, especially when we are in a happy place. When we are not in our happy place, it will take a little bit of effort, but choose softness over resistance. In my program, From the Ego to the Soul, I take you step by step all the way to liberating yourself from the tyranny of the ego. The third practical aspect is the art of surrender. Because letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means handing it over somehow to life, to God, to the divine intelligence that knows far more than we do. So you can start by using this simple prayer daily. I let go of the way I think it should be. I trust that what is meant for me will stay, and what isn't will gently fade. Say it, repeat it until your body relaxes, until your heart opens again. Another practical thing that we all can do is to journal what we are gripping. Sometimes writing is the most powerful way to release. So you can ask yourself, what am I resisting right now? What am I afraid to lose? What might become possible if I let go? This is also a very interesting question. If we hold on to something very much or to somebody very much, it is because we want it or because we are afraid. We have our reasons. But allow yourself to feel, to have the intuition, what might become possible if I really let go. Maybe the source, the universe, God, whatever you want to name it, have in store something much better for you. So as long as you hold on to something which is now, you don't make space for something which is better for you. Write it all down. Let it move through you onto the page. And then, for example, if it's something you experience as painful, after you write down, burn the page. And with it, burn all that inner suffering that it's in connection with whatever you feel. Let it go, symbolically, energetically. Another practical aspect which is very useful is to create daily soul time. You can't hear your soul's voice when you're constantly in noise, distraction, mental loops, agitation, things to do all the time. So every day, even for 5 minutes, come back to yourself. Sit, breathe, pray, meditate, do something which really gives nourishment to your soul. Ask life to move through you. So you can even say, God, source, universe, you choose the word for it because the reality behind it is exactly the same. I use the word God. So God, show me what to let go of today. Help me trust more. You don't have to do it all alone or at once. Then another practical aspect that we can all do. You can say this almost as a mantra. I know the mantra here it's a little bit misplaced, but we are used with the word. So use it as a kind of a mantra. Not my will, but divine will be done. This is very powerful. It softens the grip of control and invites a deeper connection to life, to whatever has the right place in our life right now. Somehow it invites a deeper wisdom to take over. And say it when you are overwhelmed or stuck or forcing or suffering or struggling. Let it become your inner compass. And the last practical aspect for today that we can do, practice letting go in the small things. Don't start with the biggest one because it will not work so well. So don't wait for the big heartbreak to practice surrender. Start with the little things. The traffic jam, the delay, the person who didn't text back. Breathe, smile, release. The more you train yourself to let go of the small things, of course, the easier it becomes when life asks you to surrender the big ones. Let me ask you something tender. How many times a day you let the source truly act through you? How often do you stop trying to fix, force or fight and just be with what is? That's where your power is, in the presence, in the awareness, in the peace of knowing you don't have to control everything to be safe. You don't need to manipulate reality to feel loved. You don't have to prove your worth for anybody through struggling. The soul doesn't strive, the soul just is. The feminine energy just is. And the more we live from this place, the more grace we invite in our lives. And also something very important, letting go, it doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean giving up. It's completely different than giving up. It's the strongest, most elegant, most sacred act of trust. And it always makes room for what's truly meant for you. So if today you're holding on to something that hurts or somebody, let this be your invitation. Not to rush, not to force, but to release with love. And to remember, when you let go, you don't lose yourself, actually you find yourself again. Thank you, my dear beautiful soul, for being here with me. I see your heart, I feel your strength, and I trust that your soul knows the way. If this episode spoke to you, share it with somebody that you think they need this reminder. And if you want to be in a space of softness and deep truth, come join us in the Radiant Woman Facebook group. It's our sanctuary. Until next time, keep softening, keep surrendering, keep choosing your soul over your ego.